we are Stihl, German-engineered chainsaws and landscape products.
The majority of which are made here in America.
By Americans.
And exported to over 90 countries around the world.
Find out why Stihl is #1 in America at stihlusa.com.
I'm Casey Krolowitz.
And I'm Louis Casarella.
And we're your host for the Stihl How-To series.
Stihl created the How-To series to give you some tips and general advice on how to operate and maintain your Stihl power tools.
Of course, as always, Stihl recommends that you read and understand the information provided in the Stihl instruction manual that came with your Stihl product.
If you can't locate your manual, it, along with all our instruction and safety manuals, can easily be viewed and downloaded for free from our website at www.stihlusa.com.
So what do you say, Louie? Let's get started.
In this segment, we're going to give you some information for some very basic pruning around your home using tools like these. Like our friend Casey here, an ISA certified arborist can attest, pruning is a very highly technical skill. This video will briefly go over simple and common pruning practices needed around the home. For more advanced and complex pruning, you should contact a local certified arborist.
That's right, Louie. The first step to pruning is correctly identify your plant. This is important because certain plants can only be pruned at certain times of the year, especially if it's a flowering plant.
You know, Casey, I'm not really good with plant ID. What if I don't know what it is?
It's all right, Louie. Most university extension offices, such as The Ohio State University or Colorado State University, have websites with links and pictures that can help you identify your plants. Or you can go to your local nursery. They can help you out too.
Once you've ID'd the plant, it's a good idea to have a clear understanding of what you're going to prune and why it is important. Some of the why reasons may be to remove dead, dying, or diseased wood, improve flowering, maintaining plant shape, or safety-related issues like providing clearance so you don't hit your head on that low branch while mowing.
Like you've ever hit your head on a low branch, Louie.
Hey man, it could happen. Light pruning can be done most any time during the year, as long as no more than 10% of the live foliage is removed from a healthy plant.
If the pruning is done to improve flowering, think about when the shrub flowers. If the shrub flowers in spring, like this Indian hawthorn, ideally it needs to be pruned after bloom, so in late spring or early summer. If it flowers in summer, it needs to be pruned in late winter, before the leaves start to come out. Keep in mind that dead, dying, or diseased wood can and should be removed any time of the year. Okay, Louie, let's talk about making a cut on a tree. The boundary area between the branch and the trunk of the tree is a branch collar. This is an important area because it helps seal the cut and prevent decay after the cut is made. A cut that removes a branch from a tree should be made at the correct angle along the branch collar. Ideally, only cut twigs or branches that are 2 inches in diameter or less, because then this is less chance for decay. If you're cutting a branch that's greater than 1 inch in diameter, you'll need to use the 3-cut method, as shown here. First, come out 12 to 15 inches from the branch union and make an undercut approximately 1/3 to halfway through the branch. Next, move beyond the first cut and make the second cut, completely removing the branch. The last cut should be made right along the branch collar. It used to be common practice to paint or treat wounds after the cut has been made. However, new research has shown this actually increases the potential for disease and further decay. Louie, in light of this, it's now recommended that you leave all pruning cuts dry and untreated.
That's good to know, Casey. Now that we have some background information, let's look and see what kind of hand tools that we could use for pruning. Pruning requires a unique tool set, like these Stihl hand pruners, loppers, pruning saws, and shears. Hand pruners are ideal for cutting small limbs up to 3/4 of an inch in diameter. This, of course, is depending on the wood hardness. Loppers make cutting branches up to 1 inch in diameter easy and with little effort. Pruning saws are used for branches greater than 1 inch. And remember, the 3-cut method should be used for these larger branches. Finally, shears are the most often used for maintaining hedges and sculpting shrubs. Hey Casey, let's get to cutting. Let's show the folks at home how to prune some flowering shrubs, like this gardenia.
Start by figuring out which branch or twig you want to cut. Then prune them back to a larger branch or a lateral bud using the hand pruners or loppers. Make the cut perpendicular to the growing direction. Some shrubs can be maintained using rejuvenation pruning. All of the shoots are removed at the base in early spring before the new growth starts. This keeps shrubs looking young and can help control the size.
Not all shrubs can be pruned using this method, so make sure your shrub can tolerate this type of pruning before you cut off all the shoots.
If you have an old, larger shrub, it's a good idea to remove 1/3 of the oldest wood from the shrub each year. Use loppers or pruning saws to cut the branches back at the base.
What about evergreens, Casey? Can we prune them?
It depends, Louie.
Pruning evergreens will not control the size, and new needles won't grow on limbs that don't have them already. When pruning an evergreen, remove the entire limb back to a large branch collar, or at the branch collar on the trunk of the tree. You should note that only new growth comes from the growing tips, so removing a branch on an evergreen will leave a permanent bare spot.
Trees can be pruned in a late winter before the leaves come out. They can also be pruned in a late spring. All other times of the year will be considered undesirable for pruning trees. It's also recommended that all limbs 2 inches and larger in diameter on mature trees be removed by a licensed professional arborist.
That's right, Louie. And when you're pruning lower limbs on trees with a handsaw, always remember to wear your proper protective equipment, an approved hard hat, safety glasses, and gloves to protect yourself from falling debris.
We hope that helps you with pruning shrubs, evergreens, and trees around your home. A little time spent pruning, maintaining your plants will give you a healthy landscape you can be proud of. And remember, if the job is too daunting, leave it to the professionals and call a licensed arborist.
This is Casey Kralovitz.
And Louie Casarella. See you next time.